Well, India has spoken on its stand on the Kalapani dispute yesterday. Just a week after the release of political map, the Indian Foreign Ministry on 7th of November had said that the map was accurate with no dispute in the region and yesterday reiterated its stand on the issue. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the top stories of the hour. Political analysts say the cabinet reshuffle of the KP Sharma Oli-led government a ploy to seek power balance within the ruling party. President's office drawn into controversy, President Bhandari charged of seeking executive role and unwanted interference in national politics. India maintains its stand on Kalapani dispute, reiterates the accuracy of the political map. And players hit by lack of preparation ahead of the South Asian Games, which kicks off on 1st of December. Scenario likely to deny advantage to home players in events where they are expected to win medals. Let us begin with the national political updates. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli replaced and transferred several ministers 21 months in office after the government was criticized from all quarters for its lackluster performance. However, it seems the reshuffle has been done merely to evade criticisms and to settle the dispute within the ruling Nepal Communist Party regarding power sharing. We have a report. Prime Minister Oli sacked 6 ministers and 3 state ministers and added some new faces and some old to his 25-member cabinet. The Premier replaced 9 ministers with 9 new appointments. One of the new appointees is Premier's tough critic Ghanshyam Bhusal. Bhusal, who had held the post of Deputy General Secretary for the former CPN-UML, was appointed as Minister for Agriculture in the latest round of cabinet reshuffle. Many have understood it as the Premier's attempt to pacify intra-party dispute and weaken the opposition camp in the party. Meanwhile, as he assumed his office today, Bhusal claimed he would fulfill his responsibility and support the Premier's dream of national prosperity. Newly appointed Minister for Supply, Commerce and Industry, Lekhraj Bhatta, and Labour Minister Rameshwar Raya belong to the NCP co-chairman Dahal's faction. Both Bhatta and Raya have been ministers prior to this as well. Likewise, Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration, Hridayesh Tripathi, is another old face. Tripathi started his mainstream politics from Sadbhavana Party, followed by Rashtriya Janata Party, and then won elections from NCP. Newly appointed Minister for Women and Children Parvat Gurung was chosen for the cabinet despite serving prison time. 2 times lawmaker Basanta Nemwang of Pasar district has been appointed the Minister for Physical Infrastructure. The 9 ministers sacked by the Premier were the most criticized ministers from the previous cabinet. Raghuveer Mahasit was removed for failing to remove the syndicate system in transport sector and for being unable to produce results from contractors for development projects. Sacked Labour Minister Gokarna Bishta was criticized for failing to address the issues of foreign employment. There are also speculations Bishta was sacked under the pressure of manpower agents. Likewise, the performances of Chakrapani Khanal, Matrika Yadav and Thammaya Thapa has also been deemed weak. Former Health Minister Upendra Yadav was transferred to Law Ministry after failing to produce results as Health Minister. It may be recalled that the minister was busy in foreign trips when the nation was gripped by dengue epidemic. Meanwhile, Premier Oli has maintained the positions for several ministers despite being criticized for underperforming. Minister for Drinking Water and Sanitation, Beena Magar, who was responsible for the Melamchi drinking water project debacle, has remained unchanged. Likewise, several old faces inducted in the cabinet were deemed incapable to lead a ministry previously. Analysts have hence dubbed the reshuffle as a ploy to maintain power balance. Now, the President's office has been drawn into unwanted controversy. Following the latest cabinet reshuffle, President Vidya Devi Bhandari herself was criticized within the ruling Nepal Communist Party for her alleged interference in the cabinet reshuffle. Earlier, it was during the unification campaign between the erstwhile CPN-UML and Unified Maoists, President Bhandari was charged of interference. Nepal Communist Party leaders have now accused the president's office of playing a role of a mediator between the two co-chairmen KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Sources at the ruling NCP say that the interference from the president's office has been felt in almost every decision made by the government. Likewise, President Bhandari also faced criticism for presenting herself as the executive during Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to Nepal and at the time of President Bhandari's visit to Myanmar. In this context, we talked to NCP leader Bhim Rao. Here are the excerpts.
नेपालको संविधानमा स्पष्ट शब्दमा लेखिएको छ राष्ट्रपतिले गर्ने सबै काम क्रियाकलापहरू कहीं स्पष्ट उल्लेख लेखिएदेखि बाहेक नेपाल सरकारले सिफारिस गरे बमोजिम हुनेछ। अब मन्त्री परिषद गठन गर्ने कुरामा एउटा पार्टीका अध्यक्षहरू गएर राष्ट्रपतिसँग सल्लाह गरेर कसलाई मन्त्री बनाउने नबनाउने या दुईजनाको मेलमिलाप कसरी गर्ने भन्ने यदि तय त्यहाँ बसेर गरिएको हो भने यो आपत्तिजनक छ। यो राष्ट्रपतिको पदीय मर्यादा अनुकूल छैन र नेपालको संविधानको प्रावधान विपरीत छ।
India has said that its earlier stand on the Kalapani issue has remained unchanged and reiterated that the new political map which it recently published was accurate. We have a report.
In a regular press conference hosted by Indian Foreign Ministry on Thursday, its spokesperson Ravish Kumar stated that the stand adopted by India when the dispute began on Kalapani region 2 weeks ago stood intact.
On the map itself, I have made a statement 2 weeks ago. We have a consistent position on this matter and we stand by that position. There has been no change in that position.
Responding to a query by Kantipur correspondent Suresh Rajacharya in New Delhi regarding Foreign Secretary level meeting to resolve the crisis, spokesperson Ravish Kumar said both the sides were in close contact to declare a meeting.
On the Foreign Secretary level talks, yes, there is an existing mechanism, and when you try to work out a meeting, there has to be some dates which has to be agreed to. What I understand at this point of time that both sides are in touch to finalize the dates. As and when the dates are finalized, I shall let you know.
India had released a new political map including Nepal's Kalapani region as its own on 2nd of November, giving way to massive protests in Nepal. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has officially drawn the Indian attention, urging the southern neighbours to withdraw their troops stationed in Kalapani region. However, India has continued to neglect the request made by Nepal, maintaining that there is no dispute in the region.
Time now for the international update. Israel's Attorney General has charged Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with bribery, fraud and breach of trust in connection with 3 separate cases. Netanyahu is alleged to have accepted gifts from a wealthy businessman and dispensed favors to try to get more positive press coverage. The Prime Minister described the charges as an attempted coup, blaming them on a tainted process. He has also insisted he will not resign and is not legally obliged to do so. Earlier, Attorney General Avishai Mandelblit said he made the decision with a heavy heart, but said it showed nobody was above the law in Israel. The announcement comes amid a political standoff in Israel following 2 inconclusive general elections in April and September. In our Public Voice segment, we asked the locals in Kapilvastu what should be done in order to preserve aquatic life. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice. माछा मार्ने क्रममा विस्फोटक पदार्थ प्रयोग गर्ने विषादी प्रयोग गर्ने त्यस्तो गर्न हुँदैन र विभिन्न विषादी जन्ने चीजहरु हामीले खोलामा लगेर फाल्ने पनि गर्नु हुँदैन।
सबै नागरिकले जलाशयमा बसोबास गर्ने जलचरहरुको राम्रोसँग संरक्षण गर्न पर्छ।
जलचरलाई संरक्षण गर्नको लागि अहिले जस्तो खेतीपाती गर्दाखेरि विषको प्रयोगहरु विषादीहरुको प्रयोग बढिरहेको छ। यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले घटाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ।
माछा लगायत सम्पूर्ण जलचरको संरक्षणको लागि नेपाल सरकारले जस्तै आम पब्लिकले पनि ध्यान दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ।
कीटनाशक सिसीहरू प्रयोग गर्छौँ, खोलामा कुलोमा फाल्छौँ, अन्ततः त्यो हाम्रो नदीमै पुग्छ। यसको कारणले गर्दा दिनानुदिन हाम्रो जलचर यी संरक्षण भएर बसेकाहरू दिनानुदिन घट्दै गइरहेका छन्।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what is the reason behind the failure to conclude the transitional justice cases despite the lapse of 13 years since the peace process began? Your options are A, politics, B, lack of empathy towards victims, and C, complicated issue. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update.
Sports news.
The players' preparations for the upcoming 13th South Asian Games to be hosted by Nepal from 1st to 10th of December have been hit hard due to the lack of timely completion of infrastructures. We have a report.
Dashrath Stadium, the main venue of the SAG, where the inaugural ceremony will be held along with football matches, is still not ready for the event. This means that the home players have been denied the opportunity to practice in the home turf. The booters are practicing in Sadhupato's Anfa complex ground. The athletes are likewise practicing at Logan-Khill's Army Covered Hall, as the synthetic track at the Dashrath Stadium is yet to be completed. Meanwhile, karatekas are practicing inside a hotel, since Karate Hall at National Sports Council premises in Sadhubato is under construction. The volleyball players have also been forced to practice in Sundara's Army Hall, as the covered hall in Dashrath Stadium is still not ready for the event. Likewise, in the absence of heating system, swimmers have been compelled to practice at a private hotel pool. The case with boxing is also no different, since boxers have been practicing at Logan-Khill's Army Club or the ring at Sports Council in Sadhubato. The scenario indicates that home players will lack the advantage of playing in their home turf in front of their crowd in disciplines where they are expected to win medals.
Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Political analysts say the cabinet reshuffle of the KP Sharma Oli-led government a ploy to seek power balance within the ruling party. President's office drawn into controversy. President Bhandari charged of seeking executive role and unwanted interference in national politics. India maintains its stand on Kalapani dispute, reiterates the accuracy of the political map. And players hit by lack of preparation ahead of the South Asian Games, which kicks off on 1st of December. Scenario likely to deny advantage to home players in events where they are expected to win medals. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.